Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Sprites of Life podcast. I'm Lucas.
Chris.
And I'm Don.
So glad to have you guys back. Oh, my goodness. Boys, it has been a really rough few weeks. Okay, hear me out. I was one of those people who tried to get the Switch pre-order even after saying how much I didn't want to get it because I'm weak. Did any of you guys have any luck?
I'm pretty sure that the sites either crashed or were sold out the second they went live. So no.
Don?
I did not. I did my own trying to time frame sign up race this week for a thing I said I wasn't going to do. So but I did not try for the Switch.
Okay, so we'll have to wait. I literally found a site while we were waiting to load up today that was all about, hey, this will track when any store has an upgraded stock. And I'm like, I'll check it out in July or something. I'm not in a race to get Mario Kart World when Pokemon ZA drops.
Yeah, I just want it by ZA.
Yeah, but at the same time, because I was gawking over this, I didn't have a crazy idea to do for this episode today. So Chris saved my butt. Chris, what are we doing today?
We are going back to peak of our youth. We're gonna do Spyro.
Oh, that's way better. Oh, I thought we were going to go talking about like Ratchet and Clank. I'm not prepared. I do not have my notes ready for that one.
We should do
Oh,
Ratchet.
we should do a Ratchet and Clank though.
It's one of my favorites, but again, I don't have the notes. I only have ever played one Spyro game, and I don't know which one it was. Okay, I don't remember.
Okay, was it for the PlayStation 1 or the PlayStation 2?
PlayStation 2. I only remember it because of the commercial, because it had a
Spyro
jingle.
Enter the Dragonfly.
Yeah, fire and ice, neither end so nice. Nice them into trouble with sparks and bubbles. Like, I remember the song to this day.
That it's because you get bubble breath and spark breath and a few other breaths, and it's very fun. It's incredibly glitchy. If you know how to do it, you can basically start the game, go through the tutorial, walk like 8 feet, and then clip into the final boss room.
Lovely. I'm looking forward to talking about that.
That's actually not on the list of episodes, I think, tonight.
No, we're primarily focused on the initial 3.
Okay.
Which are the best ones.
Yes.
One would assume. All right. So I'll get the science news out of the way. We'll get some gaming stuff, and then I'll let you have at it. So it's always fun when a new creature gets discovered. Did either of you hear about the caterpillar they discovered in Hawaii?
Mm-mm. Does that also mean that they discovered a new butterfly or moth?
Yes, it does. But much like the antlion, the caterpillar is way more interesting because it has the nickname the bone collector caterpillar.
Is it? Oh, I was going to ask if it was another, because I know they found a carnivorous one in Hawaii a while ago.
Yeah, they found another one. So, from what I've seen from the research, the idea is that when they were looking in this on one of the specific Hawaiian islands, I lost the name of it in the notes. So they were going through Oahu. So it was on Oahu, the specific section of the island, and they found this one species of bone collector caterpillar, which goes into spider webs and hunts down the prey that have been trapped by spiders. They have
that's
ability,
very cool.
right? But obviously, what's the problem with walking onto a spider's web as a caterpillar?
It's gonna be like, oh, hello.
But it figured the problem out because it will cover itself in the inedible bits of other insects.
Where did it get these parts?
They just pick them up lying off the ground. Like it just allows
Where you get all your parts, Chris? What do you mean? You don't just find them lying on the ground?
You don't just go around picking up random things and just sticking them to your body and that's your clothes for the day? Come on.
I must be doing it wrong.
Probably, yes. This creature, because it's camouflage, it can just walk onto a spider's webs and just grab the meals while they're struggling, eat them, and leave. And the spider really can't do anything about it. It uses a mix of its own silk glands as well as other materials it can generate. And it's apparently one of the first to use ant heads and fly wings, which is really cool.
Hilarious.
Oh, and apparently there have only been 62 carnivorous caterpillars in over 20 years of observation for these creatures. It's remarkable. I actually, hang on, I got a picture. I wanted to show you guys here in our Discord. Here's what we're looking at. Those are all caterpillars. It's wild. Look at these
Yeah.
ugly monsters. Oh my
Yep.
gosh.
They kind of remind me less though. I think it's lacewings, some lacewing larvas, which are just no. I mean, they're just very carnivorous, but they'll collect like the bodies of their prey and put them on their backs, and like lichen and stuff will grow on it, and then they have like a little mobile house while they hunt
That's what
down
I
other stuff.
Yeah, I thought of that too, and I thought, wait, didn't we already talk about this? And it's like, no, this one just turns out to be way worse. I mean, in recent years, we also discovered an ant that leaves like the heads of dead other ants around its home to ward off slave maker ants. Like insects have no chill, and it's no surprise that the caterpillar of this one random brown moth happens to be terrifying too. But like I said,
Oh, that
it does have a moth, but it's way less interesting, and nobody cares.
this makes
Um,
wait, Lucas, this makes a lot more sense. They
mhm.
get the body parts from the spider web.
Yes, they can. They get some of those, but they also have to find them before getting onto the spider web.
Well, yeah, but so the parts that are on the spider web are presumably the parts that the spiders can't and or won't eat. So then they're
Yes,
camouflaged in the parts that they can't or won't eat.
yes, that's the point,
That's devious.
right? I love it. It's wonderful. One of the many reasons I am all about protecting native island wildlife more than anything else, because if we had just decided to clear cut the islands for tourism, I mean, you would have missed out on this. And this is fantastic. Y'all y'all know a little bit about a little specific game that got shadow dropped about a week ago now, out of
Yes,
Elder
nowhere.
Scrolls Elder Scrolls decided that they wanted to be in the public eye again.
Like, do you want to guys
and
want to
what
take another?
honestly, what a way to do it though.
Uh, there have been leaks and rumors throughout like 2 weeks before this, but to see it finally drop, a game I never got a chance to play because I was just too young to be into it. I'm really excited to buy and play this game. Don, you've been playing it, right?
Yes, I actually, yeah, I kind of missed Oblivion. Elder Scrolls really wasn't on my radar until Skyrim. And
Mm,
yeah, I've been absolutely having a blast. My coworker, who was a fan, basically yelled at me the day it came out at work, and I went home and downloaded it immediately. And stayed up for like 3 hours longer than I thought on the first go. I've been trying to play it fairly blind, and it's been a ton of fun. A lot of the mechanics and stuff are great. It looks beautiful too. But from what I hear, it seems to be a pretty faithful. They kept a lot of the jank in it, which with a Bethesda game is like part of the fun.
just the butter. That's the butter on the bread. You need not the game breakers. You need the silly ones. You need the ones where the crabs fly off into the sky. Like you don't need anything too crazy. But
It got me thinking though, what 20-ish-year-old game, if you could pick any game to remaster, what 20-ish-year-old game would you just want to be like, you know what, this is due for a remaster?
Well, we're
Legend of
talking about
Dragoon.
one of those games today.
Oh well, Spyro, yeah, Spyro did get the Reignited trilogy. It's great, and it looks beautiful too.
Hear me out again. I'm gonna say it again. Legend of Dragoon. If you never
I don't
played
think I
it,
played that one.
Legend of Dragoon was a JRPG game, but it was turn-based combat. But how it worked was every time you attacked, it was a quick act time event. So basically, you have to press the X at the right time. You have to press the circle button a certain number of times. It was basically an active like turn-based role-playing game. And at the time, that was revolutionary. The story was really cool. The powers were really cool. Like if you appreciate the graphics of the time, like they did a really fun job. If they remastered that today, like I would be stoked. It's on PlayStation. The original's on PlayStation now, and it's really cool to get into. But that's the one game I'm like, yo, like as a huge JRPG fan, do that. That please. Thank you.
I'm looking at games that came out exactly like 20 years. I'm just that will turn 20 this year.
That's gonna hurt
Um,
us a little bit.
XD
I,
Gale of Darkness, which I would love a remaster. Supposedly, I think we're supposed to be getting some GameCube titles later on in the Virtual Console on the Switch. I think I saw Path of Radiance on there as well, which I'm excited about. Star Wars Battlefront 2, the good one, came out 20 years ago. That one makes me feel old.
Oh. Oh, hey, Halo 2. We could just bring back Halo 2.
I do my pick was going to be
Oh, and Path of Radiance did come out that year.
Jade Empire.
Not
Never heard of
Conker's
it.
Bad Fur Day or Shadow the Hedgehog.
Have you heard of Jade Empire?
I've
I
never
don't
heard of
think
Jade
so.
Empire.
BioWare's follow-up to Knights of the Old Republic.
Ooh.
It was the first game they made
Ooh.
after Knights of the Old Republic, and it reuses the mortality system that they launched in KOTOR. But it's actually this game and I think Dragon Age Origins were in development at the same time, and because they were making both of these, they passed on making the sequel to Knights of the Old Republic. That's why Obsidian made KOTOR 2.
I'm taking a look at I found the Reddit article. Yo, Republic Commando. Ooh, that would be a good. Hey, whoa. Burnout Revenge is on here 20 years ago. Now that makes me feel old. That and Battlefront. Those are the two that I shouldn't have looked at this list. It hurts a little bit, but yeah, there's a lot of games that are 20 years old that we could take right now. But yeah, I
But
think it's really cool.
when did the Reignited trilogy come out, Don? How old is that at this point?
A few years.
Was it like 2020 that it came out? I remember it was a big
2018.
deal.
2018. Oh, it's older than I thought.
Yeah.
That's about 20 years though. I think for the first Spyro, right? When did
Yeah,
Spyro
'cause
one?
first Spyro was 98.
There we go. They did it right. I mean, I think that the fact that they dropped like the Shadow dropped it's great for the younger gamers who never got a chance. It's great for the older games to remember. It gets people hyped up for a potential future of more Elder Scroll games in 15 years when they're done with Elder Scrolls the
Wait,
next one they're up with. I mean,
well, one of the biggest selling points for me in it so far has been, as a person that had never played Oblivion, is that you can cast spells while also like two-handing stuff.
oh, say
Oh.
You don't
less.
have to like, unequip. Yeah, this sort of opens so many builds immediately.
When I played Skyrim, there was at least one build where I wanted to be Gunk the World Slayer, and I didn't use magic, and I went straight to the Wizard College. To the past we go, because we have to talk about Spyro, which, did you
Nice
say
rhyme.
1998? That's when this all
Yes.
started?
The original Spyro came out in 1998. Do you know who developed Spyro?
Insomniac.
Yes, of Spider-Man lore currently. Insomniac actually kind of made a lot of the early PlayStation mascots because they had Spyro, they did Ratchet and Clank.
That's
Yeah,
where I knew them
the
from.
era of like PlayStation collectathon-ish sort of mascots was a great time, and then they sort of just stopped having cool mascots for PlayStation. I wish they'd bring back these guys.
Parappa the Rappa.
Ooh, that's a good one. It's really good, actually. I mean, Ratchet and Clank was where I got my start. We'll definitely do a Ratchet and Clank at some point, but
But Spyro was an early platformer. So I think this is probably what like 'cause I think PlayStation came out in 94, so it was like well into the lifespan of we're like tapping on the late game cycle, almost PlayStation 2 time that Spyro came out. But it was a platformer, as a lot of the games around that time were, because that style was very, very popular in development. Like we mentioned, we're mostly going to be leaning on the first three games, which were Spyro, Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon.
you don't
Which
want to
all
talk about the time that Spyro decided to sell toys?
Skylanders.
Uh,
They made $1 bajillion.
It was a good plan, not the best games, but it worked marvelously.
These three games all came out within a year of each other. So Spyro 98, Ripto's Rage was 99, Year of the Dragon was 2000.
Year of the Dragon was actually my first of the Spyros. I actually still have it in my PlayStation 1. And I think later on I got the other ones.
So in the first Spyro, so Spyro himself is a really, really young whippersnapper dragon, cracking a lot of jokes, talking a lot of
Also,
crap.
sorry for sort of a side, are there many other like quadrupedal platforming character guys in like main games? Is he the only guy?
Hang on,
I
wait.
mean, technically Donkey Kong. He runs on all fours.
Kinda, yeah.
Yeah.
I think about like from that era, like all the games I can think of, there's not a lot of main characters in games that are quadrupeds.
it's Sly Cooper, bipedal.
Yeah.
Jack and Daxter, bipedal.
Which
Mm.
that also makes because you can't climb until the second game.
Yeah, well, they got around that with the fly and the hover and things like that. It's kind of a fun take on the genre.
So what set it apart from other platformers at the time? A lot of people were chasing that same rush that Mario 64 gave them. That kind of shot off the platforming trend
I
like
mean,
a
I
rocket.
don't think it was anything revolutionary in terms of the like the play mechanics, but
I
it
mean,
was
I think it was some things different, being that you were a four-legged guy and could fly. I think the flight was kind of unique, and you were a dragon.
flying was cool, and then he was also like he was a rambunctious little dragon. Like he's talking a lot of trash to people. Like he's a fun character. I think more than
He is a
anything,
Spyro
it
is the
was
fun character, yeah.
yeah, I think more than anything, people attached to the character of Spyro than anything like gameplay wise. In the first game, the general plot that follows, because again, it was a little light in those days, but the dragons live in their own little world, and they think very highly of themselves because they have a very advanced society, and they talk a lot of trash about this guy named Nasty Nork. The bad guys are basically orcs. Nork the orc. They talk some trash on the news about him, and Nasty Nork sees the newscast and decides to cast a spell on the dragons and turn all the dragons into stone, except for Spyro, who escapes the spell somehow. And so then
Okay, there's at
Spyro,
least
Cool.
so I was reading up on Reddit. It said there's at least one Reddit creator saying, "Did Nasty Nork really do nothing wrong in Spyro 1?"
I mean, they were being real mean to him.
Yeah, he stood on business. He
Yeah.
got called out. He showed up. I mean, I don't know what he didn't do anything wrong.
Did you say he was in the pool and that's why he didn't get turned into stone?
No, I said he was too cool.
Oh, he was too cool. Okay. So you run around and the dragons act as basically like they do your tutorial, but then they also like talk jokes and they can direct you in the levels as you unlock them. And so you basically run around to the different levels. You
Oh,
unlock one.
according to the original game, Spyro, so it's basically just because he was small and the spell maybe went over his head.
Ah, okay, makes sense. But you're collecting your main goals are to free all the dragons, collect all the gems, and collect all of the dragon eggs that are being stolen from the realm, and eventually defeat Nasty Nork. Interesting little bit about the region itself, Lucas, is that the ecosystems don't really make sense because there's a portal system and you can just go wherever. So, like, there's literally just about any ecosystem you can imagine is represented in this game, and there's no transitions, there's no easing into the areas because you just go through a portal and you're there.
That's actually something I really liked with the Spyro games. From an ecosystem standpoint, it makes no sense, but from a gameplay standpoint, just because it's portals, you can kind of just hand wave away like transitional areas and things like that, and you'll have. I think the first part, like the whole first section, is like an artist world
Hmm.
type of thing. But as it goes, and then in the later games, you'll go through a portal and you're in a like Egyptian style pyramid. Then you'll leave, and the next thing is pirate ship world, and it's a very they can really go crazy with each level design because you don't really have to have any continuity.
It's a little freeing for the designers for sure.
Are
Yeah,
you sure you're not describing Mario 64? Because that sounds like what you do in Mario 64. You literally jump into paintings, and there was a desert world and a pirate world.
Look,
Like, are you
Mario was a
sure?
very influential game.
Okay, I'm just saying. Like, if
have you
I close
considered
my eyes,
though that Mario is not a cool dragon?
I have not.
Well, you
Dragons
should
or a
factor that in.
plumber? Yeah, I should have factored that into my math. I'm sorry, Don. You're right. Thank you for correcting me.
Now we are not going to go into the mythos of dragons, but Lucas, you wanted to talk a little bit about Spyro's abilities and how they may or may not play into the real world. So, especially in the first game, you're pretty limited on what you can do as a character. So, your main attributes for playing Spyro are you can charge things, you can breathe fire, and you can fly. Well, you can't fly, you can glide.
Yeah,
Is
there's
there a
special
reason?
power ups that let you fly temporarily.
Yeah.
Is it just because he's too young and can't fly?
They don't really explain it, and I don't think we really ever see the other dragons fly, do we, Don?
It's been a long time, even since I played the remaster.
Lucas, which one do you want to tackle first?
I mean, the headbutting is the easiest. We have so many animals in our world, mainly mammals, that will headbutt. I mean, we've talked about rams on this show before, how their skulls are literally built to take the impact and the shock. We know that there are other animals that can do this as well. There are plenty of animals that attack using their heads and their face. That's not too far out of the norm.
Does it impact, or does it make more or less sense if he has horns?
Yeah, it makes it plenty more sense. Like the horns are. Wait, do male dragons and female dragons have horns?
I
Uh,
believe so.
yeah, I
Okay,
think
then yeah, 100%. If the males have horns, it's usually to show off to other males in order to get the girl. But if both of you have it, then that means it's for defense. So yeah, I believe that's totally cool. The fact that he, instead of just flying, is adapted to physical, just beat it out of him. Fantastic. Works great. Love it.
Yes, they seem to have. Yes.
yeah, female dragons in Spyro do have horns too, so it is defensive.
And they have the head crest. Some of them do too, like Spyro, which I guess would be an even better padding plus more
Yeah.
stats.
Yeah, fantastic idea. Great job.
Fire breathing. We've talked about fire breathing on the show, and I am of the opinion, or I subscribe to breathing fire is of the rain of fire mechanic, where they are mixing chemicals in their mouth to create napalm.
Like a bombardier beetle.
Precisely.
Yeah,
Exactly like what the bombardier beetle and the Malaysian exploding ant are proof of concept that you can keep volatile chemicals in an organism without it immediately dying and mix them when necessary to perform something awesome.
We have examples of things like beavers and the Brazilian wandering spider that sequester metals in their teeth for better cutting. So there's no reason why you couldn't sequester the same way to maybe like make a spark to ignite your
Yeah,
gases if they went that route.
right on the tongue. Perfect. Yeah, we can. What if he's spitting like wads of fire? It's basically just wads of chemical spit, and it just burns hot. It just sparks and burns and flies. Yeah,
well,
Spyro does like a poof fire breath too. He doesn't do a sustained without certain power ups.
yeah, it's like a
What's the power up? Just a bottle of lighter fluid?
There's ones that give you like explodey fire breath that does like a big exploding ball. I think there's a semi-continuous one too. There's a super power up that lets you fly and do the big fireball breaths, and that one you have a two. There's a really cool side level where you have like a dog fight with these two like more Chinese dragon inspired dragons. You have like an aerial battle. It's very fun. My
That's
favorite
cool.
side level from the first game or third game.
All right. So yeah, fire breathing. It's not a thing in our world, but that's only because evolution hasn't tried hard enough. So I'm cool with that.
give it a million years.
Yeah, I mean we've tried. Give it a billion. We'll give them some
Okay.
time.
You talked a little bit about spitting. So Spyro, I think it's in the second game, can technically spit specific objects. Like he can pick up like a
Yes, you
rock.
can pick up rocks and spit them.
Yeah.
I mean we have animals that use rocks and other things in their digestive system. I don't, and we have the chameleon, which has a ballistic tongue, which literally the muscles contract and shoot the tongue out. Yeah, and the archerfish that just spits water. I don't see how this would be like impossible from a biology perspective. Like, there are crazier things out there. There are crazier organisms that have done weirder stuff. So just because we don't have it doesn't mean it's impossible.
Yeah.
No, the best way to use a rock is to throw a rock as far as humanity is concerned. We mastered the art of throwing rocks. But when it comes down to the other stuff, like just spitting out rocks to do damage, possible.
And
I
then
mean, but
lastly, his flight abilities. So again, it's more of a glide than a fly. You can fly with a power up in certain parts of the game, but as an entity, Spyro cannot fly, he glides.
sounds like what is it? A basilisk lizard? What is it called?
Draco lizard. This is the
Draco
water
lizard.
guy.
Thank you. Yeah, the Draco lizards are the ones that have basically folds of skin on their side that allow them to glide pretty well through the air. Pretty beautiful animal, to be honest, when you watch them move. So yeah, no, as far as I'm concerned, the only thing that's the most technically outlandish might actually be the spitting rocks part. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. It's just like, yeah, no, spitting rocks tends to be the thing that's the weirdest. Everything else is like breathing, spitting little wads of fire. Yeah, I could see that happening.
I
Well,
have a theory as well on Spyro. So his wings are not very large, even to enable gliding given his body size. But if we go with the you know chemical combustion theory, there's a chance that maybe he has like a hydrogen reserve, so he's much lighter than he looks. So then he can glide.
Ah,
okay.
that's such. I mean, yeah, normally you wouldn't want to lighten up the bones because it would ruin the power of the headbutting. But if he had the hydrogen reserves to help him be lighter than air while he's running, that would be an interesting balance. Thick bones and a light body. Hmm, that'd be a weird one. That would be a weird combo.
Now,
Hmm.
if you were talking about outlandish things, Lucas, how does your health being maintained by a dragonfly sound?
I mean, dragonflies are known for taking health from other creatures, not giving it.
So your companion buddy is Sparx the Dragonfly. He's got 3 colors. So if you're at full health, he's this beautiful little yellow. Uh, 1 hit, he's down to blue. 2 hits, he's down to green. 3 hits, he is gone. And if you get hit, you die.
That's a weird color scheme to go with from a gaming perspective.
Now you can replenish your health or Sparx's health. It is unclear who is actually taking the hits. If you kill any of these like passive-ish creatures in each world, in the main world it's sheep, but when you kill the sheep, they leave behind a butterfly, and Sparx chases down the butterfly, eats it, and you get your health back.
They are the best hunting creatures in the sky at their level. Like
They this
dragonflies.
this is I don't remember what the kill rate of a dragonfly is, but Sparx is 100%.
And
Best kill
he
rate
picks
is.
up gems for you too in some of the games.
He does pick up gems for you too.
There are insects that collect weirder things. Want to go back to the caterpillars again? But the thing about dragonfly, like, how long are these games? Like, how
They're
long,
pretty,
like,
pretty
in-game
short.
story-wise, how long are they?
They're pretty short.
Okay. So, like, you're only spending, like, a day saving all the dragon eggs, right?
Yeah.
More
Okay,
than a
good.
day.
More than a
Okay,
day, but it's not a lot, not very long.
cool. Because their lifespan is, like, 1.5 months.
Yeah, I
You
mean
can
it's
probably
less
make
than that.
it.
Yeah,
Spyro's dialed in.
yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, if Sparks is alive because the world is magic, that's fine. I will say, I did look a little bit into the lore of Sparks, and it does say that apparently his larva hung out with the egg, and when they hatched, they became best friends. That's weird, given that the larvae don't live on land; live in the water, where they're still killing things. By the way, they kill from the moment they're getting out and hunting in the world, like a little baby alligator. They just keep on killing to live. And I just find it really funny that, like, I imagine Spyro's egg accidentally fell into the water, and then this little bloodthirsty creature is like, I can't eat this. I might as well hang out with it. Sparks is
Maybe that's why
psycho.
he's so small. Maybe the water was like his egg stayed cold
Oh, that would do it.
and he
Yeah.
didn't.
He picked up a friend, but he got stunted growth. I mean,
Do you want to know what bothers me the most about Sparx?
is it the smile? I don't like the smile.
It's his
How he
eyes.
unhinges his jaw to swallow all of his prey items whole.
It's his eyes.
Like the
He's got normal human eyes.
but they're facing the front, so they're ready to hunt.
I mean, they are, but don't dragonflies have like
I think
massively?
you're looking at one of the weirder start pits. Yeah, you mean he doesn't have the compound eyes.
Yeah.
You gotta have something for the kids to attach on to. It's very hard to attach to the bug-eyed murder monster.
I think that would have been much cooler.
Yes, it would have, but it would have sold less games. Or
Okay.
more, but to a different audience.
Well, moving along our companions in the second game, there you get a little lovable troop of characters, but I think the one that I attached to the most was Hunter the Cheetah.
Solid
Let me
name.
put up a picture of him real quick. Quick
He's a
note:
cool
he is
dude.
bipedal. He kind of looks haunted in the original animation.
Does he have okay. Whoa, God. I don't enjoy that. Did he look better in Reignited?
This is his glow up.
Okay. This is not great. This is it's not perfect, but it's better.
Oh,
It looks
and it's,
really
Cool
chill.
skateboarding. He's a cool skateboarding dude.
yeah.
There's skateboarding?
Oh yeah.
Spyro has a lot of within levels. There'll be a secondary portal that takes you to like a mini game of some sort or a side challenge. Some of these are like racetracks where you have super speed to catch egg thieves. One of the ones in the third game, Enter the Dragon, Year of the Dragon. I mean, you have there's a level where you go into. There's a sort of a hidden towards the back of the level side portal that takes you to a skate park where he's hanging out, and you
I
have to do
love
some
how
do some skate challenges, and you have to go around and there's these weird little lizards on the skate park, and you have to go burn them all while you're on your skateboard in a time limit, and you can do tricks.
the
It's
weirdest thing
amazing.
about all of this is that while he's skateboarding, he wears pants
And look,
Yeah, road rash
in Reignited, he got knee pads and elbow pads.
and a helmet.
and a helmet that he doesn't buckle.
Okay. Yeah. How do you know this game was produced in the late 90s and early 2000s? Oh, you know, the skateboard.
He's so it's awesome.
They're like, hey, Tony Hawk's popping off right now. Make the cheetah skateboard.
But sir, it's make the cheetah skateboard.
Well, you can also skateboard as Spyro too.
Well, that's
Spyro
obvious.
also-
He's cool. Spyro's cool. Of course he skateboards. Come on. Even I know
You
that.
also play hockey as Spyro.
Yep.
He's Canadian.
Now, we talked about successful hunters. How are cheetahs as hunters?
Yes and no. Okay. Cheetahs have a success rate of around 50%, which is more than lions. But 90% of the time, they will lose a portion or all of their catch to other animals.
That's
So
very sad.
everyone is aware that cheetahs is fast. Cheetahs are very quick at what they do. They're built for it. When they catch their prey, the only way they are able to take them down is with their jaws. Their claws are built for running. Their bodies are muscular, but they're only built for that speed. They have to use their jaws as best as they can to basically cut the throat, bleed it out, and take what pieces you can. And they have to eat really quickly because they're so frail. Other animals will take it from them.
Can they fight off like hyenas, or are hyenas buffer than them?
They are not much for fighting anything.
Vultures will scare them off. Vultures.
Oh no. Oh, buddies.
Like, don't get me wrong, a full-size vulture on the African savannah is not something I would fight with either. But I'm not a high-end super predator built for African wildlife carnivores. I'm human. This is a there's a reason that cheetahs are considered kind of wimpy by the cat people. They are fast, but
They're glass
strong.
cannons.
I think Cannon
for
might
real.
be
They
a
are
bit respectful.
so
bit.
they're not going anywhere. They can do it. They can make the hunt, but you better have someone to help back you up to hold it because it ain't going too quick. What on earth is that?
I just remembered one of my other favorite Spyro mini games is there's Bentley the Yeti is another side character, and there's one of his mini game things is basically a boxing game where you have to defeat the other Yeti to get a dragon egg. There's normally an easy mode and a hard mode of each of the side missions, and like some of them are surprisingly difficult.
I'm sorry. I just looked at the art of that. Like the dude on the right, he looks unwell.
Yeah, it's the bad Yeti. Bentley's the
Okay.
good Yeti. He's got the blue glove.
Any other creatures and freaks that you need me to verify can work?
Don, you
There's one.
added this one.
I put one on here. Yeah, this is a quick one. So one of my favorite characters in Spyro 3, because that's where you have in Spyro 3. You can some of the side missions you can play as a different character, and one of them is Sergeant Byrd.
Does he have guns on his shoulder?
He has rocket launchers on his shoulder. I'll have you know. His name is
him.
when you first meet him, he says his name is Byrd, James Byrd. So he's got that going on, and he is British, in fact, from a dialogue standpoint. And he can, in fact, fly. And you know why he can fly, despite being a penguin?
Is it a jetpack?
No.
Oh.
He was raised by hummingbirds.
What?
Yes.
Okay.
Very true. This is very true.
What on earth is this game? This is the first thing that you've shown me that's the most ridiculous thing. It's the armed rocket launcher penguin that's done it for me. The dragon, fine. Skateboarding cheetah, okay. The dragonfly, we can work with that. This broke me. This is
He's also
it.
he's also a British spy. His name is Sergeant James Byrd. He has a British accent. And he always has rocket launchers. And all the hummingbirds are French, if I remember right.
So this makes zero sense.
That hurts a lot. I don't know. Yeah, like, I'm British, but I was raised by the French, and I'm still like, there's a lot to unpack here. Where is Insomniac based again? It's an American company, right?
There they are.
Oh my God. He does have a jetpack. I was right.
That's in the
That's a
newer
jet.
one. That's his missile. Yeah. I originally he does not. He flaps.
I think
And
that's in Super Smash Brothers, actually.
that would make more sense. Oh, the one other fun Sergeant Bird fact, or thing. So I looked into this to see if there was a way that a penguin could in fact be raised by hummingbirds, despite one of them not really being much for the flapping, and one being able to flap their wings sort of at a base level, like 80 times a second. Which actually hummingbirds don't really flap their wings; they kind of make like a figure eight with them, which is a fun fact. So I checked, and there's the only hummingbird in southern South America, the greenback fire crown, goes basically all the way to the southern tip of South America. So we do have overlap with penguins confirmed,
There you go. Okay. Well,
but they
Fine.
do not resemble the Spyro hummingbirds.
the ones that are as big as a penguin.
Yes, and the coloration doesn't match. Well, they're kind of green. I guess this one's actually also green, so I'll give them half credit.
Lucas, do you
I
see
mean-
how big this one in the photo is?
It's a good God in heaven.
I like the original one more.
Oh,
The original ones
why is
are just
everything so
are
cursed? Oh my God. My childhood, I don't have my nostalgia glasses on. It burns.
I like
Oh.
specifically the difference between the two Sergeant Birds. The first one, he looks like he has major anxiety problems.
All the next
And
ones
he's so
is the
chill.
anxiety.
He's so chill.
Oh my God.
And
No.
then then there's also Agent 9, the monkey science experiment.
Okay, is he a friend or foe?
He's a playable guy. His levels turn into like third-person cover-based shooters.
Okay, if these are the freaks we're allied with, what on earth are we hunting? What are we fighting if these are the monsters we have that are on our side?
I need to show you the glow up. Yeah.
I just posted one.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh,
So
Lord.
now, so let's get into some of the baddies. We're gonna jump around between a couple of the games, but I thought we could start kind of basic, and we'll go with the Rhynoks. So
Okay.
Rhynoks are also cursed. They're basically bipedal rhinos. I believe they're in the third game, right, Don? You're the dragon.
Yes, they are in Year of the Dragon. Yeah, they are servants of the sorceress who took all the dragon eggs.
So the sorceress is ruling over her land, but is losing magic. So she sends people to steal dragon eggs to bring magic back into the land. And Spyro is coming to get
As
the
one
eggs.
does.
But these are the Rhynoks, Lucas.
Mhm.
They are
Oh.
basically like, they just look like rhinos that stand on 2 feet, which I think would make them less effective as rhinos.
Yeah. That's
But
yeah, I
better
don't-
hit. I think having hands is good in the henchman. So I guess that's the trade-off you take.
yeah,
Yeah,
but at the
you're-
same
you're-
time, as you mentioned, having 4 legs and being cool is kind of a thing in Spyro. So I don't know.
Would it change your opinion if you knew they could be ninjas?
Is there a glow up to this, or is this just more freakish abominations made out of 64 bits?
So the Rhynoks can be in lots of different types.
Yeah, so there's many different, like basically every level almost has its own variant of Rhynok if it has Rhynok. And there's a crazy variety.
So you can be, there's like flying Rhynoks, ghost Rhynoks, laser Rhynoks, bomb tossing Rhynoks, bullwhip Rhynoks, firework Rhynoks, and ninja Rhynok.
Okay.
Because if there's
Are
one thing
you
rhinos
aware-
are known for, it's their stealth.
Are you aware that there have been multiple different kinds of rhinoceros besides the ones that we know today?
Yes.
Okay, so while you guys were pulling up the list of monstrosities, I decided to grab my own monstrosities. This was an ancestor to the rhino that lived thousands of years ago. This one is known as the I can never pronounce this. Paraceratherium. It was a genus of giant rhino that lived 34 to 23 million years ago.
Oh, that thing's big.
It's
Yeah.
big. It's real big.
It's real big. It's real big. It's a reminder that their cousins are horses. Like they are built for running. They are built for charging at stuff. Here's another species. What on earth did they give it a
It's the Gatling gun dinosaur from one of the Western worlds.
Western world?
Yeah.
What ecosystem was that?
The West.
Dinosaurs discovered manifest destiny and moved west.
Well, I was gonna send Elasmotherium at your way, but I guess you know what? Fine. Here's Elasmotherium. Here you go. I mean, I don't think that compares to your dinosaurs with guns, but I guess
It's a big guy though.
Yeah, he's fine. I mean, we also have the woolly rhinoceros, which is related to like it was found in Siberia, and they're neat, I guess, but I can't beat Western dinosaurs with the machine gun. I
Yeah.
mean, now that being said, having worked near rhinos in the past, they are not clumsy and they are not oafish. I've watched a rhino turn on a dime, and these things can run 30 miles an hour. Like if you are being chased by a rhino, like I know in Pokemon they had Rhydon, it's like it only runs in a straight line. It's like, nah, you wish. These things will hunt you down. They will chase you if you are messing with them. Or worse, they're children. So I don't know how Spyro got away with these guys. Because if you just gave an animal with that kind of like dedication to killing something that's in their way and gave them guns and ninja swords, I don't know, man. That's game over as far as I'm concerned.
You just charged them. That's what you did.
Yeah,
but-
good luck. Good luck charging a rhino. Like that's
Well-
what they're built for.
What about
on
a
earth-
snail rhino?
Huh? New horrors beyond my my
This is
contemplation. Oh my God.
Unrelated to the Rhynoks. This was one of my favorite bad guys from the first Spyro.
Does it have a glow up, or is this pixelized monstrosity all I'm? Oh my God, it's even worse.
They made it curved.
How did they make it worse?
I think what I like about this one in particular is that you can see that something added the steel to its shell because there's some like rivets on it.
Well, hold on now. There are snails that have almost an iron-like carapace on their body that has been cultivated over millions of years of evolving near underwater volcanoes. You never know.
Yeah,
It's
that's
just been
true.
built like that.
What environment do you think this creature is from?
I don't
I'm
know.
gonna spoil it.
Medieval times.
The marshlands.
Wouldn't it sink? Like I'm no expert, but like throw it in some puff mud or some really sticky stuff, and it's just gonna stay there, right?
Life finds a way.
Yikes! You got any more? I don't know how much time we have left because I'm having too much fun. But what other monsters do you have?
I don't know why all the ones I picked have like spikes, but we're gonna go with a horned rabbit. Look at this guy.
You know, when you said horned rabbit, I imagined jackalope, not that.
Not an icicle spike.
You know, we're literally just talking about rabbits the other episode, so I figured this fits. This had to make its way in.
And that's
Oh
the
my
glow.
God!
Oh, there's the carnivorous bushes. Forgot about those.
Hold on 1 second. Lucas, give us your thoughts on this monster.
Why would God allow this?
The
And I'm sorry,
Insomniac
Don.
God.
What did you mean about carnivorous bush? What does this thing do? Is it just a plant that kills?
It eats Spyro. It eats him
Why does it have eyes?
to see him, to
it
eat
has
him.
it has to hunt
Okay, I get that. Why does it have eyebrows?
to
Yeah,
keep
Raise
its
them.
eyes,
when
keep
it
its eyes
hits you.
free.
I don't know.
No, the eyes I was fine with. It's the eyebrows that I'm like, no. Does it get a glow up? I'm sorry, that's going to be my quote.
They,
for
I
the
mean,
day,
they all
like,
get glow ups.
I kind of want to see the glow up of the bush more than the other. The rabbit haunts me. It will haunt me till my dying days. But I do want to see the bush. Oh, that's not better. It looks very pleased with itself.
If you want to see, here it is with its mouth open.
Oh, the new one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Blah. Oh my god, I love him. It's just so stupid. I love him.
Ironically, not the only sentient foliage, because in that level there's also these guys that will shake bees out of the nest to attack you.
Again with the eyebrows.
Oh, the trees. Is that the same level?
Yeah, same level.
Yeah, Fracture Hills. Yeah, that one's like I think the fawn. There's satyrs or fawns running around in that one. It's like a Greek sort of thing.
Yeah.
Listen,
Oh
Chris,
yeah,
you and
yeah,
I
yeah. The bagpipe playing satyrs. Yeah.
I mean, look, we all have our experiences with carnivorous plants. You, Chris, and me have lived in states where they actually are found. Chris, you've actually got Don, you've actually got a chance to work with them. Yes, carnivorous plants are a thing. I'm fine with that. That is okay. I'm glad there's one that is built to eat dragons. But it's the eyebrows. There's no need for the
They all have
eyebrows.
eyebrows. They took the trees eyebrows away. You see between the two.
That's fine. Oh my god. What is that? Don.
That's the spiders from High Cave. I think they're metalbacks, so they're fireproof. If you
Oh yeah,
use super flame breath to get them.
those things actually look really cool in the glow up.
Okay, I'm gonna need to see that. Just show me the glow ups. Cause that's haunting. Like that would scare the crap out of me. I do love how this picture just shows Spyro like in frozen
Getting got.
position, just getting knocked around like it's no big deal. That's pretty cool. I mean, we do have giant spiders in our world, just not, consume dragon-sized spiders. Please tell me you guys have the glow-up picture of it though, because I do want to check this thing out.
I'm looking for it.
What, are you sure they're called armored? Oh, metalback spider.
That's what I said. Yeah, metalback spider. Oh, sorry. High Cave is the level they're in.
Yeah, Lucas, you're actually gonna really like this.
Hopefully we edit it down so it's not just me saying I wanted that. Oh my god, that's so neat! That's such a cool idea!
Like, isn't that
I forgot about the snowmen too.
look at his legs.
The legs are
Like-
really cool. The rock limbs. Oh, that's such a nice design. Oh, that's cool. I'm going to ignore the eyebrows before I go insane.
They also gave it eyebrows.
Everything has eyebrows. Why? Answer me, Insomniac. Why?
But yeah, the metalback spiders I think are actually like look at the original and look at where it is.
I got to say, that's the glow up. That might be the glow up. And I'm sorry, there are evil snowmen in the game. That one's actually
Yes.
not too terrifying. That's a standard in gaming. That's
Yeah.
fine. That makes sense. I'm cool with that. Guys, I am
You
very
need to go play
impressed.
Spyro.
Yeah, I guess that has to be first time I say fine, it's on my list now that I got to go play Spyro. Great. I'll tell you what, after I buy Oblivion and finish that.
Fair enough.
Or you
Yeah.
could just get Game Pass.
Or why would I get on that sinking ship?
Game Pass is not syncing.
No. Xbox is though. So I'm gonna just go it over. I'm gonna stay on my PlayStation and be safe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, Chris, Don, thank you very much for showing me what Ratchet and Clank hid from me. It would I was too into the other platformers. I was blind, but now I see the majesty and horror of Spyro. This is amazing. I love these horrible freaks.
It's got the game. It just has a lot of charm. The level variety is really fun. It kind of keeps you from getting stale. They really cram a lot into games, just given the
Well,
size of games back then.
I particularly love how they do the different level things with the portals. That's such a really smart idea because then you don't have to have it doesn't have to be like Legend of Zelda where you have to drive all this way to find a different region and run all the way back to another region. It's just, no, here's a portal, jump into it, find something weird, jump out of it. Easy, simple, to the point. I think that's really good, especially given the day and age. But again, guys, thank you so much for showing me Spyro. I do not know how we're going to top the next one. We talk about other games aside from Pokemon because I'm having the time of my life. I wish we could do this for longer, but we got things to do. folks, again, if you have any suggestions for us, those listening, and you say, hey, watch Lucas freak out when you tell him about this game, go ahead and do it. We love hearing your ideas. It makes it more fun for us to do them. 2 out of 3 of us love Spyros, and that was enough for us. But, well, guys, thank you so much for listening. Have a great rest of your day or night. We'll catch you guys in the next episode. Thanks so much. Bye, everybody.